It looks like we might be. You wouldn't believe the almost 10 minutes battle I just had to get the phone to accept the orientation. Every damn time, folks. It's every time. Hello, hello. This is episode 47, part 2 of TrampCast. The first broadcast was Sunday, October the 13th, and today is Monday, October the 14th, 2024. As I say, this is episode 47. Thumbs up if you would, folks. I want to try and break my record for getting some thumbs ups. Sorry I'm late. Technical difficulties. I got some other things going on in the background as well that I'm having a heated agreement with somebody. We both agree that Tina needs to see a vet. Just the specifics and the frequency of messaging and the tone of messaging is up for grabs. Okay, folks, here's the thing I did yesterday. I entirely skipped the numbers section that I like to do at the beginning of these shows. Normally it's just a time waster while I wait for other people to arrive after we go live. So, as this is episode 47, part 2 of TrampCast, we shall look at the number 47. Now, number 47 is a safe prime. It's a prime number. 47 is prime. It was classed as a safe prime and part of a Sophie Germain prime pair. What that means is, if you halve it, the number 23, halve it and take away 1 and halve. The number 23 is prime. You double it, you get 46, add 1, you get to 47. And these are used often in cryptography. When you can double a prime and add 1, and the number, the resultant number is also a prime, these are useful in cryptographic communications. Okay, here's one. The number 47 is the International Direct Dialing Code for Norway. We almost always have one. Occasionally not, but almost always. Now, Mars, the planet, rotates. Its orbit is about 2.5 years or there or thereabouts, a little bit off. But it doesn't line up with the Earth. After 2.5 years and it's done an orbit, Earth isn't lined with it. But once every 47 years, 22 of these 2.5 year progressions, it circles and lines up with Earth. So that's a thing. Okay. Over in the United States, the number 47, the 47th state to join the Union was New Mexico. The 47th president of the United States is yet to be decided. That will be in about 3 weeks' time. Politics, folks. Politics. Ongoing elections. From now on, I won't be able to quote presidents and things when we're doing these things. Not unless I'm still here in about 4 years. I don't know. Tina girl, can we stop? Tina! Stop, darling. Good girl. Tina's a good girl. Okay, 47. The Automatica Kalashnikov 47. The AK-47 rifle, designed in 47. I think first released in 48. Subsequent revisions in the 50s and the 70s. I think the AK-47, as you would recognize it today, I think it's the overall pattern is from 1974, a reversal of the digits. Tina girl. The Chinook helicopter, the very iconic twin. You know, it's a long helicopter with a tall turret at one end, twin blades, one at the front, one at the back. That is the CH-47, the Chinook helicopter. Yeah, Jack Attack. It took me 10 minutes, mate. It took me 10 minutes of trying and trying and trying again. I got there in the end. And without having to delete the stream and create a new one that I thought I might have to. So folks, if you can give us a thumbs up just for my efforts. I battled to make things better for you. I watched last night's TrampCast back. I watched it back and the audio was horrible. I was off screen, off to the left or the right, most of it, which I made great efforts to stay from what my phone was showing me when I had my phone portrait, and it was just showing me like this 2-inch square at the top, and I made great efforts to stay centered in the screen. That's not what the final result was. That's not what the video was. YouTube, get your shit together. This is getting fucking annoying. And I'm doing this over multiple phones, so the phone isn't the... I thought it might have been the accelerometers, you know, the sensors for which way the phone was, but that wasn't it. The only other variable is me, if I'm just doing something wrong with the settings. Always possible. Always possible. But I did things multiple times just now and got different results each time. I think that excludes me as being the prime factor. What do I know? What do I know? Okay folks, where were we? Chinook 47. And finally, with a few sub-clauses, there's always one of these, isn't there? The periodic table, atomic number 47, will get you silver, which is AG on the periodic table, for argentum, Latin I think for silver or for shiny, something along those lines. It's of all the elements, it's got the highest thermal, electrical, and the thermal and electrical conductivity and reflectivity. It is the most reflective, thermally conductive, and electrically conductive. All of you audiophiles who keep shelling out ludicrous amounts of money for gold-plated cables, gold-plated connectors on your cables, you're doing it wrong, folks. Silver is where it's at. Now, it is... how am I going to word this? I'm going to phrase this. It's often found, it's mostly found as a free elemental metal. It rarely interacts with other metals, which means it's either found on its own in its free elemental form, or it's found in alloys, melted, molten, and solidified with other metals, but not chemically bound with them, just mixed. But not, it doesn't interact often with other metals, or doesn't interact easily. I mean, it does, just not easily. Okay, because of this, it's known as one of the 7 metals of antiquity. These are metals, if you look back through Earth's history, these are the ones that have been influential in the, I guess, the development of humanity and society. Going back, the other ones are like tin and bronze, which used to form... no, that's not right, is it? Tin and brass to form bronze. Is that right? Ah! The Bronze Age, the Iron Age, all of that development of humanity from the Stone Age. These 7 metals of... 7 metals of antiquity, as I was saying before I lost my words. Okay, folks. Main uses of silver. Old age. That'll be it, mate. Yeah. Old age. That's my excuse. Main uses. Obviously, there's coins and bullion. It's used literally Sterling, pound sterling in English. English money, real money. Sterling silver. That's sterling. That's where we get the name of the currency. The pound symbol is an L from pound. L as in LB, which is our shortcut from Libra for the weight scales. L for Libra weight scales, but that's pound sterling. It's the reason our currency is called sterling. A pound was literally the value of a pound of silver. That weight, 16 ounces of silver. Okay. Other uses nowadays, the main high incidence of usage of silver within solar panels. What else we got? Oh, the obvious one, water filtration. It's often silver is used as an antibacterial. So water processing and purification, jewelry, tableware. I mean, we literally call knives and forks silverware. Even if nowadays you would go with stainless steel, you still call it silverware. It's a catalyst in many chemical reactions in industry. A lot of industrial uses. A colorant in stained glass windows. I didn't know this one. Disinfectants, as I just said. And again, because of the antimicrobial uses, wound dressings and medical instruments, silver has a high usage. So folks, as I said, this is episode 47, part 2 of TrampCast, and those were some facts related to the number 47. Okay folks, let's move on. Let's try and get through this. We should be done in about half an hour, I would imagine. When we left off yesterday, I just started talking about Thursday. I'm not quite sure how far I got through it. But let's go from Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Thursday morning, kind of smoggy. There's this low cloud and everything's a little bit clammy and but warm. It's awkward to describe. But and we would say close. Muggy is another word we would use in England, certainly, for when it's cloudy but warm. And it feels like it could rain at any minute. It feels like it could rain. And this is the day where I'm celebrating 2 years in the field. And I record and release the video. And yeah, my second to last video, the one, not this morning's obviously, the one, I think it was the one before that. This morning's is getting a little bit of attention in the wrong direction. Like I said folks, I'm having a heated agreement with somebody. I shall move on and not comment too much here. Try and keep that private. But after I do the video and release the video, that was my welcome back. You know, I'm back, I'm online, I've got a phone, my tent's got a roof. It was that video. But after that, I got inside the tent and this might start the chattering again. Big cuddle with my Tina girl because 2 years in a field. But also there might not be too much longer with my girl. So we had a cuddle and I had a little cry, if I'm honest. I guess sometimes I wear my heart on my sleeve. You've seen me break down and cry here. While talking about, do you remember the one I was talking about, the film? Carve Her Name with Pride. And I broke down and started crying just because I was talking about a member of the Special Operations Executive during World War II. No, Tina. No, Tina. You're okay, babe. Tina's okay. It's just nice people walking past. It's okay. So I have cried here once or twice. In fact, I think I cried about 2 weeks on the trot back then. I cried the week after a little bit, talking about how I'd cried the week before. I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to be a big Jessie. Apologies to all the big Jessies who are offended by me calling myself a big Jessie. Get over it, you pufters. Come on, I'm joking. So yeah, I had a big cuddle with my girl, and yeah, I should have cooked this day as well, but because I had but friends had brought some food around the day before. But I got up late. I didn't get up and at the quickest. I got up at 11:30, and if I'm going to cook something, especially something that really needs to be cooked, like raw meat, I need the full length of the day for the slow cooker to do its thing. So if I'm too late to start, I'm too late to start. You know, leave it till the next day. So that was my Thursday. We had a little bit of rain later on. It felt like it was going to rain. We had a couple of minutes, but nothing. Mr. Jesse, if you don't mind, says Jack Attack. That'll be because you're a jock, my friend. So yeah, that was Thursday. It was a little test of the tap, a little sprinkling of rain on the top of the... Oh, for the Americans, you use jock in a different way. In England, a jock is someone from Scotland. I know that in America, a jock is someone who's an athlete or a sports student or sportsman. We use the words differently. And our usage predates yours, so we win. Okay. We got words that are older than your country. I'm joking, shut up. Okay, that was Thursday, into Friday. Most of the day was just unnotable. It wasn't nothing out of the ordinary. You see this fly buzzing around behind me? Nothing of note. Just a long, quiet, hot, stupid day. Later on, I go to the shop. I've been going across to the Chino Bazaar for supplies rather than walking to the supermarket. Now this costs me extra. It's about, on average, depending on what I'm buying, it's about 50% extra to buy from the local shop here. So something that would be $3.50, let's say, in the supermarket is €5 across the way here. But if it saves my doggy having to do the longer walk, especially to the supermarket, it's all uphill. She loves to walk back. She trots, she gambles, she almost runs on the way back because she doesn't have to lift her legs high. She just move her legs across. She just gambles across and almost gallops down the hill. But going there is a bit of a trauma for her. So I've been trying to do that as little as possible, keep that to one visit a week if we can. As I said, it costs more, and I don't have a lot of money. Here's the grift. I got a PayPal account if anybody wants to help. If you're in a position to help and if you're in a position to and you feel the motivation, there will be a PayPal link in the description, and after we finish here, it'll be in a pinned comment immediately under this video. Only if you're in a position to. I don't want people who haven't got it, like, stretching themselves or stressing themselves. I'm okay. I'm getting by, just about. But spending 50% extra because I can't go to the supermarket so often, it's noticeable. I'm feeling it a little bit. That's the grift over. Okay, folks. This episode is sponsored by PayPal, and in particular, my PayPal account. Okay. Again, we had a hint of rain, just again, a half hour little, just spitting or spotting, whichever word you prefer, just for half an hour. No, there hasn't been rain here. It hasn't really rained. More than once, we've maybe had once or twice where it's rained properly this year, and we're middle of October. We haven't had any actual, like, torrential, proper real rain. Gotta Fria. They call them DANAs now, D-A-N-A, and I can't... That's an acronym, and I can never remember what the letters mean for that one. Gotta Fria is literally drop cold. Cold drop, cold snap, where all the water just comes out of the atmosphere and falls. But nowadays they're moving away from that term to this other term, this Dana, but I don't know the reference. As we're going across to this shop, to the Chino Bazaar, the Chinese shop, it's big shop. But as we're going across, we get to the top of the ramp, and this is where there's a little hump and a little extra hump of concrete at the top. And this is where Tina's legs both splay out 90 degrees. So she's doing a split. Her legs are 180 degrees apart, and her backside is on the floor. So I have to kind of pick her up and get her stable. Tina, go. Tina, can we stop? So it's not pleasant. Now, I mean, as I said, I'm in discussion with someone at the minute, heated agreement that she needs to see a vet. There's no sign of pain. There's no wincing, whelping, barking. There's no... Now, I know they have a high pain threshold, so she could just be disguising it and putting up with it. I am dosing her a little bit. I read up on the dosage for paracetamol. And I'm putting a little bit of paracetamol in her water every couple of days. But there's no sign of pain, just to reassure anyone who's worried on that front. I can't say for definite whether she is or isn't suffering any pain, but I can say there's no signs of pain. Okay, Tina. It's okay, sweetheart. Tina's okay. Now, that was Friday evening, so into Friday night. And if you've been here a while, you will know my Friday nights. My program of the week, Friday Night Tights. And for once I'm there, I'm watching it. I'm on time, they're not, they were a little bit late. They were more late than I was today. They are often, as they would say, this is their phraseology, late and gay, with a G-H, G-H-E-Y, late and gay. Is their terminology. They'll usually put up a poll asking people to guess how late they're going to be. Will it be less than 5 minutes? Will it be 10 minutes, 15 minutes and beyond? They were later than I was today. So that's okay. I'm doing better than them. Of course, they're getting 15, 16, sometimes 20,000 viewers. I'm not quite there yet, folks. So if you would do me a favour, hit the like button, the thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that YouTube goodery. Ring the bell, as they say. Click it anyway, so that you get an alert when I go live or when I post a new video. We YouTubers, we have to say these things just to, it's part of the rules. You kind of have to, run through these things or your channel's going to die on its backside and you'll be sat here with 4 viewers. Rather than 20,000. I am a tramp, I live in a field. I'm not to everybody's taste. So yeah, Friday Night Tights. Now, I actually saw almost all of it this week. But that's not because I was particularly good at staying awake. That was because it was a shorter program than normal. So, FNT, Friday Night Tights, on Nerdrotic. The word erotic, remove the initial E and put the word nerd. Nerdrotic. See, this is why he's got 20,000 views and I haven't. I'm promoting him. He's not promoting me. If he gave us equal turnabout, I'd be doing a bit better. Especially if this fly off. Okay, folks, that was Friday night. I fell asleep towards the end of Friday Night Tights. Didn't quite see the end, but I saw the vast majority. So this takes us into Saturday. And I wake up Saturday, and the food that my friends brought me on Wednesday, they brought me some chicken breasts and some sausages. I've had one cooking session in the meantime, but I got bits left. So I decide to cut up the chicken breasts, cut up what's left of the sausages, put them all in a pot, I'm going to cook them for a few hours, and then I'm going to chop up some onion, put that in, and maybe a sauce or something. I'm not videoing it. It's just food. It's not a cookery video. But we didn't have enough sun. Halfway through the day, the sun became a bit scarce. So I've got this half-cooked food in the pot. Silver foil over the top. It's got a good seal with the lid and the silver foil underneath. But I can't finish cooking it. Now I'm halfway through cooking. Remember this. I'll come back to the food tomorrow. You know, in when I get to Sunday. Now, Steve, who helped me with the roof on my tent, helped me put the tarp on the Wednesday. Steve arrives out of the blue, unannounced. No phone message or anything. He just arrives as he's driving past, he shouts across, "I'll just be a minute," or "I'm just parking up," or something. I couldn't hear what I was listening. I had a video going, and my dog, with hindsight, my dog recognised him and went wild. She loves him. She loves her Uncle Steve. He parks down the bottom of the road and comes back, and I've forgotten it. You know, the dog's shut up now and we're all good. He comes back and he shouts again. Buenas tardes, Pepe. Oh, Tina no. My friend Pepe has just arrived. The guy in the other tent. On YouTube. Ahora. En directo on YouTube. Okay. It's my friend Pepe. Okay, amigo. Hasta luego. Tina girl, calm down. Sorry, just telling him I'm live on YouTube. Timing, folks. Timing. It's everything, isn't it? So, yeah, my friend Steve arrived. And he brought me some goodies, didn't he? He brought me some goodies. He brought me a baguette, an olive oil baguette. He brought me some cheese and chorizo. And he brought me, we'd been talking days earlier about this, he'd been telling me about this brandy that his mother-in-law gets from Mercadona. €6 for a litre. A litre? My Mercadona, I've never seen, I mean, I don't browse the spirits section because I don't often have the money for spirits. I stick to the red wine and cola, and the cola's to mix with the red wine and make it go further. But he was telling me about this on the Wednesday, and I was kind of amazed that Mercadona did a litre of brandy for €6. So he came on Saturday and brought me one. Tina girl, Tina, shush shush. See if we can get my girl. Here she is, look. Tina girl. Hey, come here. Treats. I don't actually have any on me. That was just me being a little bit facetious, darling. Sorry, not now. No, all gone. Todo ido. I have to keep her. It's the one phrase that's just guaranteed to bring her back. You'd think shouting her name would be enough to get her to come back. Sometimes if I shout, "Tina, come here now," that works. But the one thing guaranteed to work is to say treats. Or if I said Ismo, yeah, that one works as well. She loves her Uncle Ismo, who is going to be visiting shortly. He was supposed to be away for 6, 7, maybe 8 months, but he's got a little bit of a gap in his agenda. He's coming back, so good to see you yesterday, Ismo, on the chat, and to talk with you over the weekend. Be good to see you, my friend, when you come back. Okay, folks, where am I? Steve's arrived. He's brought bread, cheese, chorizo. Guys, bottle of brandy, bottle of cola. That was the other thing, the bottle of cola. That was... I'm going to take it to the vet as soon as I can afford it, guys. Let's stop haranguing me about this. The decision's made. I want to take it to the vet. I don't have the funds. What's difficult to understand about this? I'm a tramp living in a field. Vets cost money. It's not difficult. The equations Fun's in and fun's out. Yeah? Okay, guys, onwards. We're on Saturday. Steve arrived. He's brought me funds. He's brought me Coke and brandy, and I have a hell of a Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. I've seen that. I've responded to her, and she's carried on haranguing me. 10 Pele boy. I've seen it. We're in contact. We're in communication. I said at the start of this show that I wasn't going to talk about it too much now. Okay? We're in touch. Let it go. I know there's been some miscommunication in the past where she feels that she's contacted me and I've no record of it. That's all I can say. There's been a miscommunication, but now we're in contact. But I don't appreciate 8, 9, 10 messages this afternoon while my phone was on charge for a couple of hours. Get to fuck! And relax. Okay, Saturday afternoon. With the brandy and the Coke. Yeah, I know. So yeah. Now as my friend, as my friend was leaving, a neighbour, Miguel, was passing by. So I'm waving at my friend, and Miguel thinks I'm waving at him, and we have a little bit of a, we have a little bit of a conversation as Steve left. And he asked how I was and commented on the tent and the roof, because 3 of the 4 panels had blown through the week before. Had a little chat with my neighbour. I like to keep in touch with the guys down here and maintain a cordial relationship. As far as I know, folks, everybody here, the vast majority here, like me. They don't, I mean, I'm sure they'd prefer not to have a tramp in a field. But very few positively dislike me. The ones who talk to me all like me, or seem to. We have cordial relations. We speak when we can. So yeah, I had a word with Miguel. I haven't seen him much this summer because last summer I was in the park all day, and then I'd come back and maybe I would sit outside here. And this winter or spring, I was sat outside with Joby. Sat when I had a table out here, and we sat, and so we saw the neighbours coming and going and chatted. This year, I don't have the table outside. It's been a lot hotter this year, and I've just stayed inside the tent trying to stay cool. A lot more. So I haven't had as much interaction with the neighbours this summer. But so Saturday evening into Saturday night, as I said, I was cooking, but there wasn't enough sun to finish the cooking, so I was going to keep the food in the slow cooker and pick up the next day. So Sunday morning 9 o'clock was the intention to put it out, start it cooking, wait for the sun to come over the trees, top up the panel and the battery, and go again. We'll come back to that. Because my girl, oh yeah, she got her protein. Anyway, Saturday night, some neighbours shout from on the road here, the little road, the little track running by the tent. I guess it varies between 5 and 10 metres from the tent. And they're shouting, but it takes me a while. I've got to quieten the dog down, and I've got to find my shoes, slip my shoes on, and get my way out of the tent. Try not to knock the fan over. The cylindrical fan is in the doorway of my bedroom. That keeps falling over, and bits of plastic break off all the time. It's on its last legs, but what can you do? It was thrown away by other people before I even got it, for being I presume for being unstable. But I battle my way out, and these people, they're kind of long gone. They're at the top of the road. I come out and I wave at them and say hello. They're nice people. they've just not had the patience to wait until I've got my shoes on and everything. Saturday night means two things to me. Big Clive live, who's now moved across to Twitch for his live streams. The guy's got 1 million followers on his main YouTube channel, where he deconstructs, he disassembles electronics and assesses the circuitry and whether it's well built and put together well, whether the circuitry is good. He's got 1 million followers there, and that's his main living. And then he does this Saturday night thing that he started through COVID, just drawing technical people together, just a place to hang out, discuss things with each other. So it's like a bunch of blokes hanging out in a bar. Now the guy's as bent as a 9-bob note. His phraseology probably, not mine. He's gay, and he's maybe even beyond gay. But this crops up in conversation all the time, and there's a lot of quite bawdy kind of chat. Now, this has always been a problem for him because his two channels are linked to the same account on YouTube. And then this one time, a few times, he gets a funnel and he pulls his beard through the funnel, and whatever's sticking out the bottom he either cuts off or burns. So he's using fire to singe, to cut his beard. Now this is done often in Turkish barbershops. They'll put flames up nostrils and in ears to get rid of, you know, unwanted hair. But if you do that on YouTube, you can get into trouble. And he had some Karens, he had some, not like my friend Karens, you know, the complaining, whiny bitches. Is that too derogatory? Complaining ladies. He had some Karens complain about him, health and safety wise and blah blah. And he got a strike on his account. You're allowed 3 strikes and then your account is wiped. And while you've got the strike, you can't do live streams on any of your channels. So he's got his live channel and he's got his, you can't post videos even, I don't think, at times. So he sees the risk to his main channel, and so he takes his live channel off of YouTube. Just fuck them. If they're going to build their competitors, let them. So he takes his live stream across to one of YouTube's competitors, twitch.com, TWITCH, bigclive.com, where dot is the letters, the 3 letters, DOT, not the dot. So anyway, Saturday night for me, I'm over. I'm watching Big Clive, and afterwards, one of his guys, one of his community, also has a channel that takes over afterwards. Big Clive used to do 2 or 3 hours, and he wants to do a shorter show. And one of his community said, "Why don't I follow you and pick up afterwards, fill the gap, as it were?" The community wants 3 hours, 4 hours of live stream, and you only want to do 1.5. You do your 1.5. And Scruff Dog said, I'll pick up afterwards. There's a Scruff with a single F. SCRUFDOG. And he's on YouTube. He's not on Twitch. He's on YouTube still. For now. So this is my Saturday night. I just love these communities. And these are the guys, folks. When I announced that my phone was running out of battery, when it was dying, I was on 30%, 20%, and the battery's coming down, the charging port's broken so I can get no more power in, and I tell them, "Hey guys, this is me. I'm done. I'm cooked. I'm baked. This is it." When it gets to zero, it gets to zero, and that's me gone offline. And I get 2 blokes immediately offering to send me phones. Absolutely incredible. So I want to thank bigclive.com on Twitch and bigclive.com on YouTube, but also Scruff Dog. I want to thank both you guys and your communities, because without you and your communities, I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be online. I wouldn't be on YouTube now. I would be in the wilderness, literally. I mean, I am in the wilderness. I'm living in a fucking field. But I would be lost. I would be away from. I wouldn't be communicating right now. So thank you guys. Thank you, Scruff Dog and me. Thank you, the Chipmunk 2008, and Meme Jeff, who both hang out with me on bigclive.com. Dog! bigclive.com and Scruff Dog. Hang out with me on those. I want to thank all you guys, everyone concerned. So that was my Saturday night. I fell asleep. I don't think I made it to the end of Scruff Dogs. He's like I said, he starts half 11 my time and he's on for 3 or 4 hours. Tina girl, let's have a bit of quiet. Come here. Come here, babe. Come here. Yeah. So yeah, eventually I fall asleep and I wake up like 3 a.m. I wake up like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours after I've fallen asleep. And that's me. That's me done. That's my sleep for the night. Tina. Steady. Now, I wake up and obviously it's 3 o'clock, dog walk, all of that. But then back into the tent and just watching videos. Tina. And I've still got this bottle of brandy, remember? I know. Bad tramp. So, Sunday morning, at some point, somewhere around 6 or 7 in the morning, I fall asleep eventually. When I should be getting up, I fall asleep. Cheers, Jack Attack. I wake up, 11:30, I think it was. What have I written here? 11 a.m. I've written. So I wake up 11 o'clock and I've written WTF. What the flip above it. Like I just wake up, suddenly I'm aware and it's quite warm because I've got the doors closed now and the tent starts to bake in the sun. But you remember that food from yesterday? That food that was half cooked. I walked through into the living room, into the main part of the tent, the part that's not a bedroom or storage area, and I'm about to lift it and check that the ants haven't got in, and I'm going to put it back out to cook. I'm lifting the lid and the silver foil is my intention. And I look at it, the lid's off, all the silver foil is torn and distributed around the bloody room, and the fucking slow cooker's empty. Here. Here's the culprit, Tina. There she is. She ate my remaining chicken breast and sausages. Late at night, early in the morning, however you want to put it. Bugger. I was looking forward to it. I thought the chicken might have been a little bit ripe. I'd had it since Wednesday. It had not been refrigerated and I was cooking it Saturday. So I think it's 3 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 3 days till I started cooking it. And I didn't finish cooking it and I was going to pick up cooking it again the next day. I thought the chicken might be ripe. The sausages though, the sausages would have been fantastic. I'd had some that in the days previous. I'd had one of the chicken breasts and half of the sausages. They'd been lovely. But I was thinking of doing them in a sauce. I didn't know whether I was going to go cream or tomato based, but I had kind of half an idea. But if you've watched my cooking videos, I tend to wing it. I don't know what I'm making until I get there. But here's Karen. Karen thinks that Tina did right because Karen wouldn't eat anything that's not been refrigerated for half an hour. She can smell the germs. But Tina, she's lifted the fucking lid off and taken the silver the silver foil is torn to shreds all around the tent. And the slow cooker's empty, apart from the ants that are taking the remnants of the sauce from around, the remnants of the meat juices from around the edges. Little bugger. I had to laugh. I mean, I was rolling with laughter. I was absolutely rolling with laughter. I wasn't happy, but what can you do? A little bit after that, Scruff Dog was doing a live stream, I don't know if any of you saw this. I don't know whether you're technical. I don't know whether any of you guys are nerds like I am. Scruff Dog was watching the SpaceX launch. And this wasn't one of Elon's normal. It wasn't one of his Falcon 9s. This was the big one. This was the Starship launch, which I think has never made it into orbit or whatever before now. Never got there. It's always blown up or gone wrong or tumbled out the sky. So this time, not only were they trying to get into space, but they were going to bring the bugger back. And as it comes back, so the stage one, the big part, 20 stories high, guys. You got a 20 stories high fucking rocket falling back to Earth, right? And they're gonna catch it between two fucking big metal chopsticks. This is real Mr. Miyagi fucking catch a flying chopsticks shit. This is Karate Kid fucking shit that's going on, but with a fucking rocket. Now, I've just had a falling out this morning online with a guy called Thunderfoot. I'm a big, big fan of Thunderfoot. Foot is spelled F with 2 zeros, actual zeros, not letters O. Thunderfoot on YouTube and on Twitter. Now, I love the bloke. I like all of his videos. But he has developed of late a little bit of a hate boner about Elon Musk. He really doesn't... Everything Elon does is trash, according to Thunderfoot. Sorry, mate. Sorry, Phil. Thunderfoot. We have a disagreement. I think that what happened at Sunday morning was absolutely fucking incredible. To pluck a rocket out of the sky and catch it. This thing had to come down with, so it said, it had to be within an inch and a half. It had to be that perfect, its positioning, for these two arms to just come across and grab it. And the reason they did this was so that it didn't need the extra weight of the landing legs. SpaceX have been landing rockets for the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, there's videos where they launch two rockets into space, they do their thing, and then the stage one, the main part of the rocket, they've had 2 come down and land simultaneously. Like on the same video shot, 2 come down and land at once. Tina, stop! Stop it. Come here. But to pluck a fucking rocket out of mid-air, and Phil, Thunderfoot, he's giving it shit. He's trash talking it and saying it's unremarkable, it's rubbish. You can fly a drone with that kind of level of precision. The only thing different here is that they're doing it with rockets. Yes! That's what's different. You're not doing it with 4 fucking remote controlled helicopter blades. It's fucking rockets. It's literal rocket science. Now, do I still think that Elon Musk will be bankrupt within 4 or 5 years? Yes! Me and Phil, Thunderfoot, we still agree that there's a high probability that Elon will overstretch himself on one business or another and end up totally bankrupt as an individual. Yes, we agree, Phil. But mate, credit where credit's due. They plucked a fucking rocket out of mid-air. Okay, sorry for the profanities. I know some of you don't like it. But it's a 20 stories tall rocket coming down to land on Earth and then being caught just before it touches the ground. What's not to love? And then, guys, after that was grabbed by chopsticks. This is Sunday early afternoon. I mean, I carried on watching this probably until 2 in the afternoon. And then, as you know, I need to prepare for TrampCast. And that was the remainder of my Sunday. Preparing for TrampCast and then talking to you guys yesterday. If you haven't seen yesterday's part 1, if you haven't seen where I've totally skipped, I forgot to do the numbers section. I talked about my announcements and then I should move to numbers, and I just ploughed on down the left-hand side of my page of notes. I forgot all about the right. Fortunately, the power ran out on my phone yesterday. You saw that? The ground's shaking. The ground's literally shaking. There's a heavy engine somewhere nearby. Either that or there's a 30-second long earthquake happening. The ground's literally shaking, folks. Stopped. What the hell? But yeah, where was I? Yesterday, when this phone has a smaller battery than my previous phone and seems to go through it more quickly. My previous phone had a 5 amp hours, I think it is, isn't it? 5,000 milli. I hate thousands of milli. Thousands of milliampere hours. 5 amp hours. This one's about 3.5, so it doesn't last as long. And also it's got better screen brightness and so burns the battery a bit quicker in was that wall falling over? No, actually it's back again, the rumbling. It's like a helicopter's overhead, but without the immediate noise here. It just got the rumble in the ground. That wall, this morning's video, did you see it? Could you imagine being that lady and gent, the people who own that house? You've got your window looking out, you've got light, you might even have a sea view, I'm not quite sure, maybe they have from where they are. And then someone builds a wall literally against your wall. So your window's inset from the wall, isn't it? 2 or 3 inches. So 2 or 3 inches from your glass pane, somebody's built a breeze block wall right in front, covered, and they've stopped exactly at the top of your window. That's where they stopped building. And there's no wall next to it. They've only built that high wall in front of your house and windows. There's 2 windows there. The kitchen, and I think it's one of the bedrooms next to it. Can you imagine that? Now, I took flack from somebody earlier who said, hey, your dog's ill, how dare you talk about a wall? Of course I dare talk about a wall. Here we go again, folks. People trying to police your speech, telling you what you can and can't or should or shouldn't talk about. Anybody does that to me and I say, get fucked. Go away. Do not try, whether you're the government, the police, or a man in the street, never ever tell someone what they can and can't talk about. Tell them they're wrong, criticize them, whatever, but don't tell them that they're not allowed to talk about it. Get to hell! Who the fuck do you think you are? Steps down from soapbox. Sorry, I get angry. It's one of my bugbears. I'm a nice guy until people try and tell me what can and can't go into or come out of my mouth. The fuck? Okay, folks. That was the week that was. Upcoming. What have we got upcoming? No plans, nothing definite. As I've said, I'm involved in a couple of heated discussions, one in email and one on Twitter. Both with people that I thank and admire and don't wish, any... Nobody go jumping in, don't go chasing these people. You have to say that when you're on YouTube. Otherwise it sounds like you're punching down or punching up. Phil's got 1 million plus followers. He's not even going to notice me and my... he gave me a quick reply. He probably doesn't even remember doing it. It's probably just been and gone. The lady that I'm in the middle of a heated agreement with about the vet, leave her alone. Don't go chasing. She's a nice lady, cares for animals. We're just, like I said, we're having a heated agreement. There's been some miscommunication in the past. Apparently she's made an offer that I didn't see and she feels slighted. I'm sorry if you're watching. I'm sorry that I missed your message, your messages. I don't know. Whether I missed them, whether I didn't get them, whether they just weren't highlighted by whatever app or... I'm sorry. I love my doggy. She is my doggy darling. Don't tell me I don't. She shows no sign of pain. I know that this is bad and that she's on her way out. I know this. I want to enjoy the time that we've got left together. And if somebody offers to pay for a vet, I will accept. I am grateful and thankful for the offer. I'm sorry I didn't see the offer previously, as I've just said. I mean no disrespect, I don't mean any harm to my doggy. This isn't just platitudes, me saying I love my dog but not doing anything about it. Please, understand my situation. I'm living in a field. I have very limited resources. Vets cost money. Other people and myself have researched for animal charities nearby. I tried to contact one, got no response. There aren't many. There's an albergue, a dog sanctuary, but they don't have vets there. I've been there. When Tina ran away, when I first got her, she ran away a couple of times. She ended up at the albergue one time. And they took her to a vet and took me to the vet with her, and I had to pay the vet for what needed doing then. There's no freebies. So yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. So folks, please, watch out for videos through the week. Hit the like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't. 50% of you haven't subscribed. Ring the bell for notifications. And I will see you again next weekend, if I don't see you in a video in the meantime. For now, Tina girl, can you stop doing that? Licking her privates. From Tina. And from me, Delta Mike, out.